So in this tutorial, we're going to look at one of my favorite techniques for getting really big drum sounds with loads of character that fit really well together in the kit. So if you find yourself getting frustrated flicking through thousands and thousands of drum samples, I think you'll like this one. So I've set up a really basic pattern to demonstrate this. Have a listen. And we're going to be using loops from a pack just to layer up the hats and the claps in this example. But this works for all drum sounds, all percussion, so you can try it on loads of different things. I just want to keep it nice and simple to get the example across for you. So step one is to grab yourself a pack where you really like the processing and the character of the sounds that you hear in it. And you're going to want to be aiming for folders that are called things like percussion or tops loops. And we're simply going to audition these whilst our drums are playing, and we're listening out for how the hats are layering up, how the claps are layering up, and just the overall vibe of the layer, how it fits with our drums. So let's grab a few examples. Okay, so in this one, I really like the offbeat hat sound. You hear how that's sitting really nicely on top of these drums? So we'll drag that in and then we'll play all four of them together now, and we'll keep going down the loops. It's a bit loud, let's bring it down a touch. So the clap in this one's quite nice. I think I might be able to do better though. Yeah, so the clap in this sits really nicely. So let's bring that in. Get rid of the browser, and now it is simply a case of isolating the hat and clap sounds, and we'll be good to go. So let's have a quick listen to what we've got here. So you can hear that one's got a layer underneath it. And this one is clean. Now I'm going to go for the clean version, but you could quite easily have the whole loop of them alternating layered, unlayered. It had a really nice bounce to it, something to experiment with. And I'm simply going to use the clip volume automation to cut out the stuff that I don't want. And let's have a listen to how this sounds. Dial in a bit of reverb on there and we're good to go. Now we could grab the clap from this one if we wanted, but because I picked a different sample over here, let's run with this. And again, I'm just literally going to go in and turn down the volume on all the stuff that I don't want, just leaving the clap sounds. Now it is a good idea if you are able to grab all of the sounds that are in the loop. So I could have just isolated one clap and looped it over. But what I find is often whether the original loop creator has intentionally added some differences in there to make it interesting, or maybe it's the nuances of a drum machine, for example. It's often a good idea to have all of the hits because it brings some extra movement and character. Okay, let's bring that down way too loud. Right, so let's do a quick before and after. Simply key mapping our on-off buttons here. And there you go, as quick as that, the drums are sounding bigger, they've got more character, and the kit is gelling together really, really nicely. The main reason I think this technique works so well is due to the processing on the loops in the pack largely being the same across all of the different samples. So all of the sounds feel like they belong together, they've all got a similar character. And personally, I always find that I get really quick results using this technique. Now, of course, you might decide to add EQ, compression, other processing, but honestly, if you find that you're most of the way there at this stage, I'd leave it until the mix down and just get cracking and get moving forward with the track. So have a go at this. Let me know how you get on in the comments. Take care. Happy music making.